Coach, considering the injuries, is the split against two good Montana teams not a thing to hang your head about?
No, obviously would have liked to got a sweep after winning the first one and playing so well at Montana on Thursday night and being up 10 at half. You would have liked to got a sweep. And like I've told our team, you can't worry about the things you can't control. What we can control is our effort, our preparation, our attitude. So at the end of the day, disappointed we didn't win that game. But as you look at the trip as a whole, we competed our tails off.
Perhaps an injury update on Victor Sanders and Perry O'Connell?
Perion's making a lot of progress, and is getting a lot better. Hopefully we'll have him back in the next couple weeks. Vic did break his hand falling on the ice, and he's out 3 to 7 weeks.
Is it the left hand or the right hand?
Right hand.
So has Perion returned to practice?
No, he just got out of the boot on Sunday. And he's just starting to do some things from an activity standpoint to see how it responds.
What's the plan kind of going forward? You had a great game from Nick Blair in the first half, 14 points against Montana State. Is he going to be incorporated in offense a little bit more?
Yeah, no question. I mean, Nick's obviously a very good player, very good recruit when we got him here. As they say a lot in the NFL, next man up, and he's the next man up. So Nick's more than talented, more than capable to step in and play a significant role on this team.
Would he perhaps be getting an opportunity to start?
He might. Yeah, I haven't made that decision yet. I'm still kind of sorting through, some changes we're having to make offensively and defensively, but there's a possibility.
Can you talk a little bit about the performance Ty Egbert had on the weekend?
Ty played great. I thought Ty has played better this year than he has any year since he's been at the University of Idaho, and I thought he played really good all weekend long, and obviously played very, very well against Montana State. Happy with where he's at.
Did you get a better chance maybe to evaluate certain guys than you maybe wouldn't have if you didn't play them as many minutes?
Well, that's one way to look at it. Yeah, you don't ever want to have it happen like the way we've had it happen with injuries. But yeah, I'm getting a chance to see some guys play some quality minutes who haven't had the chance, and so yeah, I'm getting a chance to look at them.
What are some major takeaways you've seen out of those evaluations?
Well, it's a great question. I thought that some injuries that we've had. Starting back at the start of the year with Nate Sherwood, with Arcadi being hurt, I thought we've gotten a good look at Nate. Nate's really progressed as a freshman. Really happy with where he's at. Like his play to be more consistent, but he's had some really, really good games. And then you go to our next injury, which was Perion and Pat Ingram. I thought Pat, for playing very limited minutes in the preseason, has stepped up and played really good minutes. I thought he played very well in both games over the weekend. I'm really happy with how he's progressing. I knew Pat was a good player, and taking that year off slowed him a little bit, but I've liked the way he's come on. He has the ability to be an elite defender in this league, and I've been happy with his effort. And then, obviously our last injury here with Vic, getting a chance to see Nick Blair. Again, we knew Nick was going to be a good player and recruited him here. It's always hard for a freshman. The game's a little fast. Our system's a little complicated. He was a little slow starting, but I think he's done a good job staying with it. Staying with what his practice habits and all those things, and I've liked what I've seen from him. I mean, he played a great first half at Montana State.
The type of forward that Nick is he going to play a little bit more like a guard, like a 2-3 tweener, or do you see?
Yeah, he's going to play more like a guard than he would be a forward. Which is a little bit unnatural for him, but it's where we're at right now.
When you have these guys going down so often like they are, what's the number one challenge that presents for your coaching staff?
Well, that's another great question. I think the whole thing when you have injuries is that you got to realize that nobody's going to feel sorry for you. All right, you feel awful for the players, no question about it. I mean, because they've worked so hard, especially P and Vic and Ark, who have spent a ton of time getting better. So you feel awful for the players, but no one's going to feel sorry for your basketball team. And like I told our guys after this press conference today, I'm not talking about our injuries no more. what we can control, we can't control injuries, but what we can control is how we play and our effort, our attitude, and our preparation, and that's going to be our focus. And so to answer your question, you got to focus in on the right things.
Anything else for Coach?
Maybe looking forward now, what do you see out of Sacramento State, Portland State?
Sacramento State is a team that's been bit by injuries a little bit. I'm not sure if Cody Dimps is going to play or not. Obviously, when he was playing, they were a much different team. They started the season off winning at Arizona State. They beat Davis. They had as good of preseason as anybody in this conference. Going into the league season, they were my surprise. I thought losing McKinney, the player of the year, and Garrity, that those were two big losses, but I was really impressed with what they did in the pre-league. They've played a really tough start to their conference season. They start at Portland State, which is always tough. Then they go to Montana State to start their season. And then they have Weber at home, which, Weber's, their record's speaking for themselves. So, you can't fall in love with or fall asleep on their record. They're better than they are. Brian's a good coach. He's been in this league a long time. He's got some nice players on that team. And, I think they're kind of going through some of the stuff that we went through, is that they're having to play without one of their better players. And so, I like what I see from the team. They play hard. They're very good defensively, and they know how they want to play. And they're a good shooting team. Their only win in conference play was against Idaho State, and they showed that they can make the 3-point shot. So that's obviously a big concern. Portland State, very talented. They bring guys off the bench that are talented. They obviously had a great win at Sacramento State on Saturday. Tyler's got them playing good. They won at Montana State. Now, they had a tough preseason and didn't have the record I thought they would, but I think they're one of the most talented teams in our league.
That it, guys? All right.
Good. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming.